Hi beauties, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, welcome to my channel. I'm Jenny Beauty, and today we're going to be doing a foundation comparison, I guess. And I'm going to be comparing two of the cushion foundations from the drugstore. One is from L'Oreal, the other is from Maybelline. So if you'd like to see which one I like better, please just keep on watching. Okay, so first off, I'm just going to read about the foundations, tell you what colors I got, and kind of compare what they're supposed to do. So I will start off with the True Match Lumi by L'Oreal. I got the shade in 3.5, and it says it's a buildable luminous foundation. It doesn't say if it's like full coverage or medium coverage. It doesn't say the coverage. So I've seen reviews on this before. I'm pretty sure it's about a medium coverage, and this packaging is absolutely gorgeous. So then we have the Maybelline Dream Cushion. It says Fresh Face Liquid Foundation on the go, and this is in shade 30, which is warm nude. And this also doesn't really say anything about coverage either, but the reason I wanted to buy this one is because I used to be obsessed with the Dream Matte Mousse, like back in my high school days. That was all I wore, so I was like, ooh, I'm gonna try the new Dream Cushion. So first, I'm going to use the Dream Cushion on the right side of my face, and I'm not going to use the applicator that it comes with just because it's not really my favorite kind of applicator. But anyways, this is what it looks like on the inside. You just flip it open, and there's your product. The amount of product that comes in these is 0.51 ounces, which is about half of a regular foundation. So there is one layer. It's definitely not full coverage, which neither of these really claimed to be full coverage. They don't really say at all. Oh, this one actually does say medium coverage. I would agree with that. It's a light to medium coverage. So hopefully this is buildable and we can get it looking how we want it. Okay, so it does seem to be buildable. The brush didn't really blend it out as well as I like, so I'm just gonna go in with my new Eco Tools sponge and kind of tap it out. I did try it initially just with the Eco Tools sponge the other day, and I don't like applying it with the sponge, but I definitely like to pat it all out afterwards with the sponge. That took away a little bit of the coverage right in here, so I'm just going to build it up a little bit more right there. Okay, so what I'm noticing so far is that it's actually pretty luminous. It doesn't claim to be luminous. It goes on really nicely. It looks nice and luminous. The coverage builds up pretty well, but right next to my nose, I did not exfoliate today, but right next to my nose it is kind of bunching up. But literally I have that problem with like every foundation, but that's the only downfall I'm seeing so far. Otherwise, I think it looks pretty good. All right, so I'm just going to wipe off my brush and do the other side. And I'm going to take the True Match Lumi Cushion by L'Oreal and the shade 3.5, as I said earlier. It's got pretty much the same packaging. Again, I'm not gonna use this, but yeah, so that's what it looks like. And we're just gonna see how this looks. Okay, so here's one layer on the L'Oreal side. It's giving me pretty much the same amount of coverage as the first layer on this side, and the color is like really similar. I think the Maybelline is a little bit darker, but it's really, really, really close. So that's always good. So I'm just going to see if this is buildable. All right, so here's two layers. It definitely seems to be buildable. I did have a breakout over here yesterday, so I'm just going to add a little bit more, but otherwise the coverage looks pretty good. So now I'm just going to pounce it out with the sponge again. Honestly, both sides look extremely similar as far as like they applied really close to the same. I will say the L'Oreal side is not clinging around my nose as much as the Maybelline side, and the luminosity, the L'Oreal side is probably a little bit more luminous, but it's actually, both sides look really, really close to the same, which is crazy. I didn't expect that. Also, I don't remember the exact prices, but I know the Maybelline one was, I think, $2 cheaper than the L'Oreal's. But we will do a wear test and photo test and all that stuff just to see what the differences are and all that. So anyways, here we have it all applied. I'm just going to apply the rest of my makeup, and I will insert some photos with flash and without flash and all that stuff. So I'll be right back. Alright, so now my makeup is finished. I just wanted to do something really simple today, just so I could get a good idea of what I think of these foundations. So, this is the Dream Cushion side. I think it looks pretty good. I will say I did experience a little patchiness with my contour, which is the Kat Von D contour kit, and I have not had that like ever with that, so it's not like awful, but there's definitely a little bit of patchiness there, so that's something to keep in mind about this one. And then with the Lumi cushion is on this side. I did not experience the patchiness, and this side is definitely clinging more to my nose than the Lumi cushion side is. So far it seems like I'm liking the Lumi cushion side better, but we will see how they last throughout the day, which one gets more oily, because I do have combination skin, and all of that. These foundations so far are pretty similar, but I'm leaning more towards the Lumi right now. So basically, I'm just going to get off of here, and then I will do a check-in in a couple hours. So I will see you in a little bit. All right, guys, so it is now around 7:30, and I am back to do an update. Okay, let me start out by saying that the lighting that I'm using, with it being dark outside, and I'm just using my soft boxes, I'm gonna look more greasy and dewy than I would in normal lighting, but like, holy crap, I have gotten like sticky. Like, it's definitely not something that's going to keep you matte on either side. I feel like both sides pretty much look the same. Both sides are actually holding up pretty well, besides the fact that I'm getting really, really greasy, and I have some foundation clinging around my nose on both sides. It is worse on the Dream Cushion from Maybelline side, but it is also happening on the Lumi Cushion side. So now when I touch like my face on the Dream Cushion side and then touch my face on the Lumi side, it seems to pick up product more on the Dream Cushion side than the Lumi Cushion side, so that is something to keep in mind. And I do feel like pretty sticky on both sides. So I think I'm just going to powder and kind of see what it looks like afterwards. But this is going to be my last check-in just because it is like 8 o'clock almost. But I just want to see how they handle the powder. Okay, so I feel like that looks a lot better. I will say, I forgot to mention earlier, but on my nose, whenever I was applying like powders and stuff, on both sides, some product came off, and that was before, like whenever I first, finished my whole face of makeup. So I'd say it's holding up pretty well. Like, I don't mind having to powder. It's just one of those things, especially if I'm buying like a Lumi foundation. Like, that's totally fine to have to powder. But otherwise, it's not like breaking up anywhere on my skin as far as I can tell, besides my nose whenever I first applied, powders and stuff. So overall, I will say that I think I like the Lumi cushion better, only because the Dream Cushion just seems like a little bit harder to work with. Now, the Lumi cushion is $2 more, so if you're trying to, save a little bit of money, I mean, this is very, very similar. It's a pretty good foundation. I'd say these definitely are not my favorite foundations at all, but they're not bad. I mean, I could totally see myself wearing them. I give these foundations a 1 thumbs up each, because it's definitely not my favorite, my favorite from the drugstore. It is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow. I love this foundation. It is seriously like my everyday foundation. So if you're looking for like a really good drugstore foundation, this is not even that glowy, but it looks so nice and fresh on the skin. This is absolutely my favorite. So I would say these for sure are not the L'Oreal Pro Glow, but they are good. I do see myself using them. I think the whole cushion thing is so cool, even though you get like half the product for the same price. It's kind of gimmicky, but I don't know, I think it's nice for like travel and stuff. So thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to see more videos like this one. And I hope you all have a beautiful day. Bye.